Hi, guess where I am? I'm in my tent. The tent arrived. I've had it quite a while. I had it quite a while before I was able to put it up. As you know from my previous video, I had lots of things in the garden to sort out, so managed to get a lot of that done, which is fantastic. One of the next videos I'll do is a quick update on the garden. But right now, I've had this tent up over 2 weeks, and it does need to come down now because the grass underneath it is probably dead. So I need to get this down as soon as possible, but I thought I would do a quick video today because I did promise one on the products that I had been purchasing before the tent arrived, ready for the camping season ahead. And if you're anything like me, you buy stuff every year. It's just addictive. So what I'm going to do is show you the bits and pieces that I've been purchasing, but there's no way I'm going to remember prices off the top of my head, so they will either be, I will probably go through some of the prices at the end, but they'll definitely be down in the bottom in the comment section thing underneath if you wanted to have a look at them, and I'll put some links down there for you too. Right, I thought I'd start with my solar panel. This is the RAVPower 24 watt, I believe. I spend weeks researching products like this before I purchase it. I'm not just going to pick up the cheapest, but I am going to pick up the bargain. So I want quality for a good price. There's no point paying a lot less money and the product doesn't last you. It doesn't work how you want it to. So I decided after about 2 weeks of researching for the second season. I researched last season as well and decided to wait, but I actually finally purchased the RAVPower. It's a 3-port solar charger. I would love to be able to go away and just, even if we haven't got electric hookup, we can still charge the phone. I can still keep the teenager occupied in the rain if he's stuck in the tent, because he can still charge his phone, he can still watch some downloaded movies, that kind of thing. It's something to fall back on. I'm not anti devices. So this is what it looks like. It's the 4-panel. It's an upgrade. I think the reason I didn't go for this last year is because they weren't as good as this one. This is the first one where the reviews have actually said, yeah, I can keep my phone charged. I can charge multiple devices. So this, for me, was the first one that was actually viable to spend the money on, and I have used it lots and lots and lots and lots. For several months after buying this, I think about 3 months after buying this, I didn't actually charge my phone off of the mains. I also purchased to go with it this case, which is not, it's for the RAVPower. I don't think it's a RAVPower make. I'll have to look that up and put it below, but it holds, I don't think it is the same make, but it is designed to hold the RAVPower battery. You've got the 4 lights on there to tell you how much charge it has, which at the moment is nothing. So that's that one. The size of this is the 26,800. So these are upgraded every year, and you always get a bigger one. There'll be a bigger one available next year, I'm pretty sure of that. But it was worth me getting the biggest one possible, what with 4 of us, and a technology addicted teenager and partner. But I would recommend this all day long. Well worth the money. Can still be used at home in a, if you keep the batteries topped up. You've got them for power cuts, which, living in the countryside, we actually have quite a few power cuts here. So good buy. Oh, I also bought a little thing that attaches between the battery and the solar panel that measures what amp and wattage you're getting through from the sunlight, so you can adjust it, so adjust the tilt and things like that, adjust the positioning so you're getting the maximum power, and I definitely recommend one of those as well. I will link that down below too. Now, what else? These, I love these. Now these were a bargain, something like about £6 for the whole set of 5, which is amazing. They're so cute, and they're so shabby chic, which is obviously the style I'm going for. My mum has steered clear from the shabby chic and has gone a completely different style, and I'd love to show you inside her tent too, so you get the feel of all the different styles. But these were under £6 for the whole set. I did have a candle go rogue, and it kind of burnt that, unfortunately. But it just adds to the cuteness. Now this is a little bit too pinky purple for me. The colour on Amazon did not look like this, and it looks great. Feels a bit cheap. It's for a pillar candle, of which I don't have any. Otherwise I'd have put one in there to show you, but I will use it. It's nice. You open it up like that. My toddler loves playing with it, and because I don't particularly like it very much, I don't mind her playing with it. Obviously I wouldn't let her play with it with a candle in. So I picked up some Citronella candles, because bugs. I picked up this now I'm part of a group called, it's on Facebook, and it's called something, Tent Talk. Tent Talk, which is great. You must join Tent Talk. You get a 10% discount and go outdoors if you are part of the Tent Talk page. But people were saying on a thread I read on there that they're all buying the Camper Diddy this year, and I love this. I haven't had a chance to use it camping yet, but I have had it plugged in the tent, just to keep everybody warm of an evening running off the mains from my house. So amazing, but I really don't know how. I want to be able to steer away from using electric hookup. It's really expensive on the site to add electric hookup, but it's nice to have this as an option if need be. So let's have a look. I have a whole selection of these, and one thing I've started doing is putting blankets in pillowcases, because then if you need extra blankets, you've got them stored in your pillowcase, but if you don't need them, you've got cushions. Cushion cases. This is a cushion, not a pillow, but they're so cute, and I've got lots and lots of different ones of those. These are fantastic. These again are from Amazon. This one smells delicious because I had a rag with essential oils in there, so it's absorbed all the smell. It's lovely. One thing I might do is take this funny label off, because I don't like what it says. I mean, it's not anything offensive, or hello. There we go. It's not anything offensive or anything like that. It's just a bit, yeah. Why is the space there? But I don't know. May leave it on. They come with different colours inside. I picked up 4. Lost the other 3 around my house somewhere. But what I do is these I made curtain tiebacks. Now, I don't know about where you are, but curtain tiebacks are not really in vogue at the moment here, so it's just better to just leave the curtains hanging without the tiebacks. So I had these sat in a drawer. I had 4 of them, and I used Sugru there, which is like a moldable, Play-Doh style glue, to add a magnet on there, and I stick this to the pole. It is not going to hold a lot of weight, but because it will slide, but this is a really strong magnet, but it does hold this, and that's certainly enough to put mobile phone in, keys. This one I have candles in. Probably wouldn't hold up with the glass that's in there, but they're in there for storage. This one I have candles in. Obviously I haven't lost this one, but the other colours I have lost. They're not lost, they're around. So, and they are strong enough to hold this up. So this, really, really, really good idea to have the magnets and to stick it to the pole, and I will show you a photograph of that. I'll insert it. Fantastic idea. So what now? Okay, this. Now, I didn't realise, as I often do, I really need to train my brain to look where something is being shipped from before I press the purchase button. I saw something super cheap, like, oh my gosh, that's an absolute bargain, I must buy it. It took forever to arrive, and I feel bad because of you know, trying to shop more locally and sort of keep down the air miles that products travel. But putting that aside, these are super cheap. I will link them below. You decide whether you want to ship them in or not, or if you prefer to pay the extra price for something more local. But I think they were around £3. I'll tell you at the end. Now, I put these, for my glamping bed, I have a, and I will do another video on how I set up my beds for glamping. I do not like to sleep on the floor. I do not like to sleep on an airbed on the floor. I get really cold. It's glamping. I don't want to sleep cold. So I put my airbed on top of a camp bed, on top of the airbed, under the sheet. I have one of these to reflect the heat back to me, so that my body heat is not being lost in the cold air cycling below me. I'm experimenting with putting a sim on top of this. So, you know, I'm going to do some experimental videos and tell you what works best. But super comfy, super warm. I have slept when I've taken these, this type of thing. I needed more because there's 4 of us now. There used to only be 2. So I ordered 2 of these, and I've got my old ones from before. But I've used my old ones just the same. I've used my old ones backpacking, and they were great. I put it on the floor and then I put a sim on top, and I was not cold. I had no problems. It was a bit hard on the floor, but I wasn't cold, and that was for me the most important thing. Super lightweight. You're not really going to take up any space in your car, at least. So great idea. And if you're willing to get them shipped in, then really cheap. Right. Extra blankets. Gotta have blankets, and they've got to look pretty, right? So this came in a pack just on its own, just this one. And this will go on my son's bed. We are going to take sleeping bags and duvets. Again, not going to be cold. So I want to take the duvets just from our bed. I will be taking summer duvets because that's all we use, not big thick winter ones, and they're easier to travel with because they pack down smaller. And on top we will have a throw on each person's bed. This will be for my son, but I love this myself. It's so pretty. One thing that does concern me is because of the type of fabric, which feels beautiful, by the way. It's really heavyweight and feels lovely, but I'm worried about the dog jumping up on it and getting her claws stuck. So, but really worth the money. This was £7.95, so under £8, so super chuffed with that. If you don't have a dog, great. Now, my seat's on it. Along the lines, same lines, blankets. I'm going to have even more claw problems with these ones, but these came in a set of 2 together. So yeah, I'm going to have problems with that, but they were so pretty. I just had to buy them anyway. This, I don't know where this is going. Maybe over a chair or something, or over our daughter's bed, but then I've got a wool blanket that will probably be warmer for her, that is pink and checkered and stuff. So thinking for warmth for her, she might be better under wall. But this one I want on the main bed, on the double, for us grown-ups. So that's those. Right, Face Bay, that's what we call it here. But I think it's actually Facebook Marketplace. Now, these are my old camping set, from my old set, which are a little bit, it's more sort of kitsch than shabby chic. I'm trying to steer away from plastics. I'm going to use these because I've got them. But I managed to pick up this set. There was also 2 cups with it, but it's just 2 plates, 2 bowls and 2 cups. Can't find the cups, great at losing stuff. So this came from Face Bay. I think it was £5 for the whole thing, and you can just tell they have not been used. The cups, you can tell they have, but these, not being used. I would like to, because it's not, the black doesn't really go with my theme, but it's okay to have some contrast and things like that, and I'd like to pair these with 2 of the traditional sort of cream and blue enamel sets eventually, when I can pick those up. But definitely pick things up second hand. Now, talking of picking up things second hand, hello. I love this. So this is a Le Crusade kettle, brand new. You're talking £95. I thought I would probably, I've always coveted Le Creuset stuff, but the kettles are quite cheap from their range at £95. I think probably because nobody really uses stovetop kettles anymore. But the other stuff in their range is really, really expensive and not something that I'm able to splash out on at this point. But I got this from Facebook Marketplace and it was £5. Super chuffed with this find. It was, I had to really work on cleaning it. It has some wear on the bottom, but that's okay. It's a little bit melted on the spout there. But wow, £5, could not believe it. It did look rough. I will insert a picture of what it looked like before I purchased it on the ad. And it did look rough, and I guess sort of see why someone was practically giving it away. But I knew that I could clean it up, so that's what I did. So this is probably my favourite purchase for the tent so far. Cannot wait to use this on the log burning stove, which we don't yet have, but I have decided to wait on that because I don't want to risk the toddler being burnt. Now obviously I can train her not to touch it, that kind of thing, but I'm just not willing to take the risk this season. I'm going to wait until I feel that she is old enough to be told, you do not touch. And at the moment she runs around and she's falling over and I can just see something horrific happening. Even though obviously I would have a fire guard with any small child around, you're going to need to use fire guard, but I cannot risk it right now, not this season. But later on we will be having the log burner. Now what else is there? Oh, I purchased, because again there's more of us now, I purchased, is this my old one or is this the new one? This is the new one, I believe. Another camp, yes it is, another camp bed. Now I go for the, I go for steel and not aluminium, or I go for aluminium and not steel. I think I go for steel and not aluminium. Don't go for the cheaper ones. Whichever one of those is cheaper, don't buy that one. Because the reviews on the softer metal ones, I think it's the aluminium that's the softer metal, the reviews on those sometimes say with adults the legs bend and they bow over time. I didn't want to risk that. I want my equipment to last me years. So I purchased this, and it's a lot cheap. Well, I don't know about a lot, but it was definitely cheaper than, I think it was £30, than going to Go Outdoors and getting those. I've got 2 from Go Outdoors that I bought a few seasons back, and I would never sleep directly on one of these, by the way. Ouch. Always put something on top, whether it's a sim or a or an airbed or both. I can't sleep directly on top of these. So yes, much better purchase, much better value through Amazon. And I have used it, and I've had it up, and I've had guests over staying on it. No issues at all. What else do I have to show you? Okay, so two more things. Coffee. Because obviously, again, I need more beds. I was looking at airbeds, and it's been years since I purchased my previous airbeds. I think I have the camping gas ones, 2 singles that you can zip together to make a double, or you can have it as a double height single, or just 2 singles. So by the way, if you ever do purchase that kind of thing, I've tried it as a double height single. You can't sleep on it. You're just like trying to sleep on a bouncy castle. It's weird. So no, but as a double, zipped together, it's great. Because then you don't have your partner rolling over and bouncing you around on the bed, because you've got 2 separate ones, but you're still sleeping in a double bed, so that's great. Anyway, because I had the traditional airbed style, I was really curious about the thinner ones. One thing that concerns me is with purchasing gear is that I have very limited space. I only have a Ford Fiesta. I need to keep things really small, and airbeds, they're one of the bigger items that you're going to have to take, but this does pack down smaller. Now, it does not pack down anywhere near as small as they say in the ad. It's clearly been photoshopped. In the ad, it's like you've got your hand and it's like this tiny little thing, but no, it's a good size. This is pretty much, I think, the cheapest one of these you can get, and they're a lot thinner than a standard airbed. I'll put some pictures in, actually. What I'll do is I'll sort of take a screenshot of the Amazon page so you can see some of the images of the type of thing, but this is the more modern type of airbed, and it's self-inflating, which is fantastic, because if I can move over to all self-inflating, I haven't got to take a pump, which is great. And it goes up, it really does go up in minutes. It's so much quicker, but you've still got the comfort of the airbed. I've had a guest sleep on it, and he said it's just as comfortable as his, standard thicker airbed, but it's not. It's a lot thinner. I like to lay on my side, so I don't want anything too thin, because otherwise my hip hits the floor. Even though this is thinner, doesn't hit the floor. I'll probably do a full review on some of these products, and I definitely want to do a video on setting up a glamping bed. Right, so final thing. Oh, there's that. Aha. There's that other thing I was saying about with the you connect it to the, me and words today, it's just not working, is it? You connect it to the solar panel. So yeah. Now, small ottoman. I bought 2 of these, and I recommended a friend did as well, and she bought one double size one. You know, in Everybody's Bell tent, they have like a chest at the end. Now, I have a metal chest now, which was my toy chest as a child. But I was initially, before I stole that from my mum. Initially I was thinking I will have 2 single ones of these and 1 double that would go at the end of the bed. Super cheap, super strong. They double as seats. Not only that, but they fold down. I have one of these in my house, which is why I knew it would be good, and there is a spider in that one. It's fun. I was going to fold it down, but I'm not going to fold it down with a spider in there. I'm having a heart attack right now. Okay, he's on the floor, he's fine. Right. Okay, fold it down to show you. The bottom comes out. It folds nice and small, and it goes in its lid. So it only is as big as its lid. Kind of pings up, but if you've got that stored in the car somewhere, put it on the bottom of the boot. Or do what I do, and with the other one in the house, I've got my camping gear stored in it. So it's great. You can just pick up your camping gear, put it in the car, you're ready to go. And I love that they are then kind of double purpose, because they are storage bedside tables in your tent and seats, and this can easily take the weight of an average adult. I am very tall, I am a little bit overweight, no problems sitting on that. So yes, again, I will link everything down below. I'm sorry this is a really long video, we're sat at 26 minutes at the moment, but I wanted to share with you everything I had bought because I said I would, and I love buying gear, and it's half of my addiction with camping. It's not the actual camping, but it's the buying of the gear. Sure you understand. But yes, I will do a quick tour of the tent. Oh no, wait, I didn't tell you how much things were. Okay, so the RAVPower solar panel, 24 watt, was $59.99. The power monitor thing, the thing I found, was £9. The case for the RAVPower battery was $14.99. The battery itself, $36.99. The togue, is it togue? Is this how you say this? Togue? 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 I don't know. Let me know. That is $29.99, which is definitely one of the cheapest out there that I could find. The camp bed was $29.99. The little bag things, genius, £1.59 each. The ottoman, $9.95 for the single sized one. The doubles are something like £15-16. But do be careful which ones you buy. I'd already had one before, so I kind of knew what I was looking for, because some of them you sit on and they don't feel sturdy. So I kind of knew what I was looking for. You can buy them cheaper, but I wouldn't necessarily go for those ones. I'll link mine down below. The silver sleeping mat things were £3.78 each. The ivory and duck blanket set, $12.99. Oh, don't look at my writing. The teal blanket, $7.95. The purple lantern, $8.99. The candle holder set, which I love. The only thing is I wouldn't hang it. This one is, I mean, I think they're all kind of designed for hanging. But because of the bottom, that kind of wants to not fall out. It doesn't want to fall out, but it doesn't, like, I would have imagined that once you put it in, it would like stay in, but it doesn't. So don't hang it, you need to stand it. And it's a problem I have yet to solve because they get hot. So I'm going to need like a marble thing that you stand saucepans on. One of those from my kitchen, take one of those along, I think. Trivet. I think it's called a trivet. But the whole set, $5.99. So pleased with those. Other bits and pieces that I picked up from FaceBay, not really sure prices on those, but that's just a list of the stuff that I got from Amazon. So anyway, I will give you a little bit of a quick tour that, like I said, not really anything to see, just my mess from filming this video. But I'll give you a quick tour anyway. Okay, right. It's messy. Oh, another thing I purchased when I bought the tent was this. It's got its little glass things that go in there. Isn't it pretty? Here is they're quite strong. And what I did was I tied my bunting to one of the hooks and pushed it all the way up to the top. So yeah, I love that idea. I've got the little windows, and I don't know how easy it is to get across the size on this, but there's my stuff. Love that chair. Would definitely want to get another one of those. That is the Quest Elite Deluxe range. There's the hole for the stove. Obviously not got a stove yet, but there it is. And we have the mesh doors on the inside. Now, one thing that does concern me as well is when the birds leave presents. But I do need to do some research on how to clean that off and gain some experience on that, and then probably share all my experience with you guys. So yeah, oh, I just love it. I love it so much, and I'm so chuffed with just how it feels in here. It feels so nice to be in here. It feels like nature and protection. I don't know, I can't describe it. It's a very different feel from being in a nylon tent. Very different feel. So much more serene. I don't know if it's because it's a round space or because it's the canvas, or a combination of the two, but wow, it's so nice. Let me see if I can stand like here and show you. But yes, now these videos are not going to be consistent, not at the moment. I've got too many other projects going on, but once I have finished up with some of my other projects in life, I definitely plan on dedicating more time to this channel, and maybe one day I'll even become consistent. But if you did enjoy this video, thank you. It probably took a lot to enjoy this video. I've just rambled for half an hour, but thank you ever so much if you did get this far, and I will see you in the next one. Take care. Bye.